YouTube, what's up, man? We coming back. You know, I worked out some of the kinks with the audio and all that, so we gonna get locked in, you feel me? Here's what's happening. Today we gonna talk about cooking with Kaya.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Feel me? This girl has been taking the internet by storm. And I think it's really insane how we have people who really hating on her like that. So I wanna get into the reasons why I feel like people hate her. So reason number one, she's attractive. So off the rip, we can sit there and try to pretend that we want to look at a woman for more than just her beauty. A lot of people believe that that's true. But off the rip, you looking at a woman that you don't know, that you've never seen before. Boom, you looking at, dang. She got everything hanging out. She's beautiful. She's natural and all that. And she's younger, she's not like, 40, late 30s. She's in her, early 20s. So you're looking at her like, wow, she's attractive. And she kind of goes against the grain with a lot of what we see on TV and all of that. A lot of these girls that we're seeing on TV, they are made of plastic and they got all their body done. Not even just made of plastic, they're sculpted, they got BBLs and all of that. And at the end of the day, what men truly want is simplicity. They don't want all of this extra stuff.
There's also the comments talking about like only a 10 because you did all that surgery and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but look at Cooking with Kai. She's a natural from head to toe. And y'all mad because I like her.
She looks attractive and she looks like we could get her. And she's sitting there talking about, oh, you better get over here and cook for your man, this, that, and the third.
Girl, your man will be took if you woke up to breakfast in bed at Kai's house.
My opinion, she's not trying to steal anybody, but we'll get into that. Reason number two, she does a great job getting into her femininity and being feminine. Nowadays, we got a lot of girls who, they're very masculine, They're trying to act like guys and they want us to accept them for the guys that they're trying to act like. They're going around, a lot of them think they can beat men up. A lot of them talk how they want to talk. They looking at men like, they are them. They, I can do X, Y, Z. I can change a tire. I got a PhD. I got X, Y, Z and all of that. And that's all cool. That's all great. What you have is fine, but why do I have to accept that if naturally my instinct is for femininity, softness, easygoing, somebody that's nice, that's not that difficult. We overcomplicate a lot of the things, especially that what men want. A woman will tell you, oh, what I want is simple. What I'm looking for is simple. It's easy, this, that, and the third.
You serious?
No, it's not. Because each woman is different. But if you look at the vast majority, especially looking at how she blew up, the way she blew up, it really is a telltale sign of how simple the male mind is and how simple what they want is. We want you to be able to cook, be nice. How difficult is that? But you see these women, they make it hard. And the argument is, you could do all this for your man. You can cook for him, you can be feminine, you can be attractive. He still might cheat on you, he still might leave you. That means you're choosing the wrong guy. Because there are a lot of guys who aren't going to leave you if you doing all of that and you're attractive. It's hard to find that natural, beautiful woman who wants you, who loves you, who is doing something for you. Why would you, as a man, leave that? Because you're scum. And a lot of these girls look for a certain kind of guy. And typically those guys are scum. So if you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on with my relationship and why is he doing X, Y, Z, this is for the ladies. Take a step back and really think. Look at what Cooking with Kai did and the traction she was able to gain literally in days. She became an overnight sensation, literally because she is attractive and she can cook. Brings me to my last point, number 3. Kai can cook. And she's not making no groundbreaking recipes, nothing that's going to blow and knock your socks off. But the sheer fact that she is making food, and with the first 2 points, her being attractive and being feminine, that's what, with all that being encapsulated, that's what is really the driving force and why she's gotten all that popularity. Cooking, they say, is a way to a man's heart, but when we really sit back and think, as a man, what are you really asking your woman for?
Okay, so this is the problem with Cooking with Kaya.
Don't nobody care that y'all men want a woman with a nice natural body and a pretty face. You know that's normal. But the problem is the fact that y'all want that type of woman to go half on bills. Like, ain't nobody about to be doing all that. Yeah, here's your food, babe.
You don't really ask her for too much if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man. You're going to work, you come home. The expectation isn't for her to do exactly what you're doing. There are different roles. You know, you cook, you do this, that, and the third. Let's say I take the trash out, whatever. But there's expectations and different roles that we have, and 9 times out of 10, those things are worked out in a relationship. But nowadays, especially because, you know, the media has shaped it in such a way, we don't understand why these roles are important. We don't understand why we should try to work as a team as opposed to you do this, I do that. You got to figure out your strengths and weaknesses in a relationship. And there's not enough people who are pointing that out. You have to be able to, oh, you're not good at that? I can do that. You can't really cook? I can cook. You can't really do X, Y, Z. The trash is too heavy. You don't like going outside all hours of the night. Somebody break in. The expectation is, as a man, I'm handling that. Feel me? So to sit there and try to point at the fact that women have to do everything, or there's the 50-50. Oh my goodness, I hear that so much.
Okay.
But 50-50, it's about having your different roles. So I do this, you do that. And now together, 50-50. Now as far as finances goes, we're not doing a good job in explaining how life works. So especially in this economic climate, if you're in a relationship, and especially if you're with a man, and most men are making under what these women want. They're making the average, which is, you know, a little over $40,000 a year. 2 people working full time, let's say they're both making that. That's way better than one person. So if you're dependent on one person in this economic climate, it's real difficult as a man to do everything solely by himself.
I don't know.
So if you both are working, that makes your life and the way you can live your life and the value of your life a lot better. You are able to do a lot more if you're both working and you're making the same. Your total salary together is over 80,000. So you're looking at a lot better quality of life if you both are working. So working is 50-50 because you both have to support each other. If you're grown, why don't you feel the need to want to support yourself and build into that relationship? I feel like that's one thing that we're getting away from. Just because you are my wife does not mean that you don't have the responsibilities to put into the relationship. Why do you feel different? Because I'm the man? So you don't want to baby me, but you expect me to baby you. Make it make sense? It doesn't. You have these expectations that I come home after working and you want me to cook? You want me to do X, Y, Z? It's a problem that, you know, I have an expectation that, you know, you go to work. If we're both working, if we have roles, you might cook. Let's say I clean up. Let's say I wash the dishes. A lot of this is common sense. Just because a woman is cooking doesn't mean she got to do everything. So, I mean, even to that point, as a man, you have to understand there are roles. And in order for her to fulfill the things she wants, if she's working, you need to be able to do what you need to do to support. It goes hand in hand. I had the privilege of seeing that growing up because both my parents are together and both of them work full-time jobs for the majority of my life. So it would be incredibly ignorant to not point out that relationships should be a give and take. 50-50 is just some weird phenomenon that people are talking about, which is asinine at this point. Relationships are give and take. If you want to have a good, solid relationship, you have to put into the relationship to get out what you want. That's common sense. Come on. But anyway, back to Kaya. So with these 3 points, I feel like this is where we are as far as she is concerned. She became this overnight sensation, this phenomenon, because we don't see a lot of that on social media. We see a lot of, you know, people shaking their behind. And like I said earlier, people made of plastic, they got their bodies done, they got their lashes and all of this nonsense. She's got a little bit of makeup on and her face is natural. She's not really, and her body's natural. So again, back to the simplicity of it. Nothing more authentic. Because that's what a lot of men want. They want authenticity. It's not even just a matter of simplicity. We want authenticity. Something that isn't fake. Something that you don't have to do a whole bunch to change. You don't have to fix it. You put in wigs and all of this stuff. You have to basically cultivate yourself into something that's more attractive, as opposed to being in your natural state and being accepted as your natural, state. Most men don't do all of that. I mean, it's even almost shunned when a guy gets a hair transplant. But I digress off of that. But anyway, this is your video. I appreciate y'all for everything. Thank you for viewing, and hopefully the audio's a lot better. But we got more content to come. Anyway, I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all take it easy.